On Good Friday in 2006, a hailstorm across Indiana caused more than $1 billion in damage. It provided an opportunity to show how litigation finance can be an instrument for justice. When an insurance company violated its duties to its policyholders, a courageous plaintiff and a litigation funder made it possible to hold the insurance company accountable. To be sure, the funder made a significant profit, but justice was done where it might not otherwise have been. One of the biggest home insurers in Indiana is State Farm Insurance, which has its headquarters there. It received almost 50,000 claims for property damage and rejected more than 7,000 of them. Joseph Radcliffe noticed something funny about those rejections. A roofer, Radcliffe had been hired by 300 or so State Farm policyholders. He noticed that some of his clients had claims rejected by State Farm, but they lived next to homeowners whose claims were approved by other insurance companies. Radcliffe reported State Farm to Indiana insurance regulators. State Farm struck back at Radcliffe with a vengeance. The company manufactured allegations that he had vandalized roofs as a basis for fraudulent insurance claims. The allegations led to Radcliffe's arrest on 14 felony counts, including corrupt business influence and attempted theft. The company also made sure that these allegations were covered in the press. The criminal charges were dismissed, but only after the publicity destroyed Radcliffe's business. State Farm wasn't done. It sued Radcliffe for fraud and racketeering. But Radcliffe countersued for defamation, abuse of process, and tortious interference with business relationships. In 2011, a jury entered a verdict for Radcliffe on his own claims and on State Farm's. It awarded him $14.5 million in damages, one of the largest defamation verdicts ever delivered in the United States. Of course, State Farm did not simply pay the judgment, it filed an appeal. That's when litigation finance came in. Radcliffe's legal costs had been extensive, and he was without a business. It would have been hard to wait several years for the appeal process to complete before he could finally collect. So, a litigation finance company gave him $2.27 million. In this way, he could pay off his and his wife's debts and start a new business. In addition, he agreed to let the funder choose his appellate lawyer. The funder agreed to pay an additional $200,000 for the appellate lawyer's fee. In 2013, an intermediate appellate court ruled for Radcliffe. In 2015, the Indiana Supreme Court affirmed the decision and ended the case. State Farm ended up paying Radcliffe over $17 million, including interest on the original verdict amount. The funder took home its promised amount, and State Farm was held accountable for attempting to wrongfully destroy a public-spirited whistleblower. If you need help with litigation funding, call or email me today.